Okay guys, so I'm super excited about this one because we are not just building a website for a construction company, but we're actually creating a complete business solution with material tracking, order management, and also a full streamlined contract system, including customer signature. So I'll create a new commercial proposal, enter some details like payment terms, payment method, delivery date, availability delay, and the source, and then scroll down the page, and now you can create your quote. And for this, simply add your product. So maybe you need construction blocks. How many would you need? Maybe 320 of them. Add this to the quote. Perhaps you need a few bags of cement as well. So let's say perhaps 8 of them. Add perhaps a bit of timber as well. So let's say 12 of these. And finally, labor on top, one time, add to the total. Scroll down the page and validate. So now it's validated, but as you can see, the proposal is still open. So that means that now we need to email this to our client. So this is the content of our email. Hi John, please find commercial proposal such and such attached. If you're happy with the quote provided and would like to proceed, please sign the attached contract using the link below. Sincerely, David. So let's send this to John now. And this is the content of the email that John has received. As you can see, I have an attachment here. So this is our quote. As you can see, it looks absolutely amazing and very professional. So this is the complete breakdown of our quote. Now, if John is happy with this, he can click on this link and sign this directly online. So let me click on this link here just to show you how this works. And it goes straight on top. Welcome to the page to accept commercial proposal from Mr. Web Construction. So here you can either accept or refuse the proposal. So if he wants to go ahead, click accept. And then from here, all he has to do is to enter his name and sign here. So he can use his finger using a tablet or a phone, or use the mouse on a computer. So let's pretend I'm John Doe and I sign. Very good. As you can see, the proposal was accepted. And if you go back to the list of your commercial proposals, as you can see, 2 of them were signed, including the last one here that we did together. And we are going to design a full website as well in the front end. So we have our logo here. As you can see, we provide house renovation and we're based in Dublin, and you can request a quote. You scroll down the page, you have the different areas of specialization, like for instance, kitchen and bathroom remodeling, home extensions, and maybe energy efficient upgrades. A little bit about us, nice image of our company, our vans as well. And here again, a request a quote call to action section. If you click on this, you'll go directly to the contact page where they can find your contact details, email address, phone number, and your physical address. And also, obviously, our request a quote form. So here you can enter your name, phone number, email address, area of business that you're interested in, type a message, and then send now. So as you can see, this is way more than just a construction website. This is a complete business solution, start to finish. Okay, let's dive in. Very good. So let's get started with step number 1, hosting and domain name registrations. And for this, open your favorite web browser and in the web address, type in mrweb.tv/construction and then press enter. And this will bring you to this dedicated landing page that we have with Hostinger. And again, as you can see, by using the link, you can save up to 75% off your hosting plans. So starting price, $2.99 plus 2 months free. If you want to claim the deal, click on this button here. And now you can choose among 3 different hosting plans. You have Premium, Business, and Cloud Startup. So what's the difference between those 3? Well, it's the amount of resources available and the performances. But don't worry, you can start with the Premium one. If you need more resources, you can always upgrade to the next one up when needed. Now, for such a small price of just $2.99 per month, you get a lot of free goodies as well. Like for instance, you get a free domain name valued at $9.99 per year already. So this is a big saving. Unlimited bandwidth, free backups, free email hosting, free SSL certificate. So all these features normally are premium features that you have to pay for. And all of these, again, are included completely free for just a small cost of $2.99. And now all you have to do is select one of those plans. So let's start with the premium plan as an example here. And now from here, you need to select your billing cycle. So let me zoom in a little bit. So as you can see, you can lock this price in of $2.99 per month for 48 months. Now you can select a shorter period, maybe 24 months. Same price as well, or maybe 12 months. Again, $2.99 as well. So obviously, if you log this in for 48 months, this is where you save the most money, $432 worth of savings. So that's quite a lot, to be honest, you know. Now, on top of this, I have a coupon code. So here, type Mr. Web, all in capital letters, and apply for an extra 10% discount on top. As you can see now, that's 85% in total, costing you only $129 for the full 4 years. And then from here, all you have to do is click continue and proceed to checkout. Very good. And now we are going to install our WordPress website. So you have two options: create the website using AI or pick a template or theme. So this is the one we're going to select. Okay, so click select. And now from here, select the template that you want to use for your website. So as you can see, there's different themes here. Don't worry, this one is for accounting, for instance, but you can use it for your construction business. Doesn't matter really, you know. The principle I'm going to show you, it doesn't really apply to any specific one. It will work for any of them basically, okay? Or you can play it safe and select one that's a multi-purpose template, like I'm going to show you. So if you scroll down the page, you will find something like this. This one is for roofing, so this could be suitable, you know, in a way. Or you can select, like I said, something that's more like a multi-purpose type of template, like this one here. This one will work for any type of website. So let's go ahead with this one here as an example, okay? So I'll click select. And then right here, we have a few recommended plugins. So what I would do is deselect them all for now and then continue to the next step. And now you can register the domain name that you want to use for your website. So if you're not too sure which domain name to use right now, you can use a temporary domain and assign it later on, all the same. But let's pretend you know which domain name you want to register. All you have to do is to type it right here. So let's pretend I want to register Mr. Web Construction or something like this. All I have to do is just type here, so Mr. Web Construction, for instance. Okay, very good. As you can see, mrwebconstruction.com is available and completely free for 1 year. So if it's available and you're happy enough with the domain name you've selected, simply click on it and then move on to the next step. And now it's going to start installing WordPress for us. And as you can see, this might take a few minutes. Perfect. So once the installation is completed, you'll be redirected to this screen. And this is to edit your homepage. So we are not going to work on the website right now. What we are going to do is basically exit all of this. You can also close this window here and then click on the WordPress logo to go back to the WordPress dashboard. And then now let's have a quick look at our website in the front end. So hover on the domain name here, mrwebconstruction.com, and then visit site, right click on it, open in a new tab. And there you go. As you can see, that looks very professional already, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how you can customize everything top to bottom and also how to insert additional pages. So for now, let's go back to the dashboard and let's take care of a few essential settings. So we go to settings here, we go to general. And right here, as you can see, you have the site title. So at the minute, it's just your domain name. So you should replace this with your actual company name or business name or something similar, you know. So in this case, Mr. Web Construction, maybe LTD for limited if it's your company name, okay? And then you can also insert a tagline. So this is important for your visitors, but also for SEO purposes. Maybe here you can help your visitors know exactly what is it that you do. Obviously, you are in the construction business, but what type of construction, where are you based, and what type of demographics are you serving, basically, okay? So maybe you could have something similar to this. So this is what I came up with. So Dublin-based home improvement contractor, and then keen prices, ask for a quote now. And this serves different purposes. Obviously, you say that you are Dublin-based, or someone from London or maybe Brussels is not going to be interested because obviously you're too far away. You also provide home improvement contractor. So this is your field, your specialty. And also you offer keen prices, and what you want from them is to ask you for a quote. So with this tagline, anyone landing on your website will know exactly everything there is to know about your business, okay? So scroll down the page, make sure that the admin email is correct. And then right here underneath, you have a few local settings like your language, the zone time, date format, type format, etc., etc. And then save changes. And next we go to permalinks, and right here, make sure that you select post name. So this setting here is important not only for SEO purposes, but also for your visitors, so they'll know exactly where they are on your website. So for instance, if you create an About Us page, it will show up your domainname.com/about-us, which is very clear for anyone where they are on your website. Okay, so scroll down the page and save changes. And then also, as you can see at the moment, we have the Lightspeed cache enabled. So this is a caching plugin. While we work on the website, we're going to disable that all together. So go to your plugins, install plugins, and then locate this one here, Lightspeed cache, deactivate for now. And then we will reactivate that at the end before we launch the website. Very good. So that's us done with the initial settings, the WordPress settings. So now we can install our main component, which is our construction management system, including material tracking and also contract signing. So let's go ahead with this. So again, we go back to Hostinger this time. So get to the dashboard related to your domain name, mrwebconstruction.com. And now we are going to create a subdomain. So basically anyone landing on your website typing mrwebconstruction.com will see this. But now we need to create a subdomain from where we can access our construction management system. So right here on the side in the menu section, go to domain and then select subdomain. And then from here, let's create a subdomain. So don't worry about the name itself. This is personal. Nobody will have access to it. It's only you will know about it, So as you can see, it's going to be subdomain.yourdomainname.com. So it could be admin, for instance, or construction management maybe, administration, or whatever name you want to give it. So I'm just going to call it admin here as an example, okay? So now create. Very good. As you can see, that's been created. So this is basically the URL we have to type into our web browser to access our construction management system. And now we need to install our main script. So this one is called Dollybar. And for this, we're going to go to their website. So it's called Dollybar again. As you can see, this is the domain name, dollybar.org. And as always, I'll leave all the links in the description below. So once you get to the website here, go to the download section. And then scroll down, find the latest stable version and click on the link here to download this on your website. Very good. So this is going to bring you to this website here. So be careful where you click. There's lots of clickable areas, but this is the one here where it says download latest version. Click on this. Wait a few seconds. Don't click on anything else. Just wait a few seconds. As you can see, your download will start shortly. Excellent. And then save this on your hard drive. And now go back to your Hostinger dashboard. And this time we go to Files and then File Manager. So access files of mrwebconstruction.com. From here, go to public HTML. And this is the folder we created for our subdomain admin. Okay, so double click on this. So there might be a default.php file in that folder. Select it and then delete. Confirm. Very good. So the folder should be completely empty. And now we are going to upload the file that we just downloaded from the Dollybar website, okay? So you go here, so upload, and then select file. And now select the archive file we just downloaded, and then open. Very good. As you can see, it is uploading, so this might take a little while. So there you go. This is done now. So again, this is a .zip file, so we need to extract. So click on the file itself. And then here on top, you have extract file, okay? So click on this. And now you need to select the folder where you want to extract it, which is going to be our public HTML admin folder. And here just type a single dot, just like this, okay? And then extract. Very good. So this has been extracted. Now we have a new folder here. Now click on this. And as you can see, you have a few different subfolders here. You have build, dev, doc, script, and all sorts of files. The only ones we need are in the htdocs. So htdocs, this is for a Windows server, and for us is public HTML. So what we need to do is to double click on this. Now we need to select all those files here. So scroll down the page and make sure you select everything, all of them, okay? And now we're going to move them to our root folder, the admin root folder, which is here, okay? So for this, you're going to click on this button here, move. And from the pop-up window here, make sure you click on the two dots here, double dots, okay? As you can see, now we are in the folder Dollybar 2102 again, double dots. And this is the public HTML admin, which is our root folder. Make sure this is the right one, okay? And then move. Excellent. And as you can see, all our files are now in our admin folder, which is our root folder. And now we can start the installation. Okay, very good. So now there's one more step. We need to create a database now. So we go back to Hostinger. We go to Databases, Management. And right here, enter a database name, a username, and a password. And then create. Very good. So these are our database credentials. And now we can start the installation. And for this, we open a new tab and we type our subdomain. So admin.mrwebconstruction.com. And then /install and then enter. And then right here, you can select your language. Normally, it will fetch it from your web browser, but just in case, you can scroll down the page and select your own language here. So I'm just going to select this one here and then next step. So by default, it's going to run a few checks. So don't worry, with Hostinger, they will all match out, no problem. So this is a fresh installation. So click start. So a few settings here on top. So these, you can leave them as is. You can force the HTTPS, which is the SSL certificate. But with Hostinger, it's already in place, but there's no harm checking this box. That's fine. So the database name, database server, port, prefix, and all of that. Now we can fetch this from the backend. Okay, so we go back here. So this is the database we created. So this is the database name. So Control C. And now we go back here and enter the database name. So instead of dolly bar, enter your database name here. We do the same with the user name. Okay, so Control C. Right here where it says login, which is a bit confusing, but that's the user account for the dolly bar database owner. Control V, okay, and then enter your password just underneath, Control C, Control V, and then the database server should remain the same, localhost, this is absolutely fine, and the port, leave that empty, and database prefix, leave it as is, by default, this is absolutely fine, okay, and then next step, so we're nearly there now. As you can see, our config.php file was created, and now we can run the installation, so click next, and there you go. As you can see, this might take several minutes. Please wait until this is completed. And I believe this is done now for the database connection. So let's move on to the next step again. So right here, create your credentials. So this is your admin credentials. So super important. As you can see, do not lose this, as this is the main account to administer the other additional account. Okay, so let's create maybe Mr. Web. And I'm going to put even construction. Okay, password, confirm the password, next step. And as you can see, this was installed in a split second, so very fast indeed. And now we can go to the dolly bar setup area. So click on this link. And now to access dolly bar, you need to enter your credentials. So again, this is your login and then your password, and then click login. And now there's two steps we need to take care of, is to set up our company or organization. And then we need to select which modules we want to install on this platform. So let's start with setting up our company. And from here, simply enter your company details. You have the social networks, opening hours, your accounting details as well. Okay, so let's enter this together. So there you go. I've done that already. So all you have to do again is just to fill out the details and click save. And now we can select our modules and applications. So this is one of the most important part of the setup process, is to make sure you have the right modules to run your website and your backend, okay? So what I'm going to do now is to show you all the essential plugins that you need in order to run this type of business, okay? So as you can see, you have different sections here. Again, this is a very, very comprehensive solution. So you have human resources, CRM, so customer relationship management, vendor relationship management. You have all the accounting features as well, product management, project and collab as well, ECM and other types of modules here. You can even build a website from here, but that's only HTML, so very technical, obviously, and all sorts of different interfaces and payment gateways like Stripe and PayPal as well, and a few system applications as well. So if you go back to the top here, we start with human resources. The only one we need here is the users and groups, which is already enabled by default, obviously, So scroll down the page. Now we go to CRM, so customer relationship management. And from here, we need proposals. We need contract and subscriptions. And once the contract has been accepted, it will turn into a sale. So we need sales orders as well. Scroll down the page, you have vendors, vendor commercial proposal, reception and Incoterm. So in this case, we only need vendors because this is basically our suppliers. Okay, so I'm going to click on this as well. And then the financial modules. So we're going to turn obviously all our sales into invoices. So this is essential. Now, if you are registered for taxes, so this could be sales taxes, GST, a TIN, or perhaps a VAT, you might want to select this one as well to enter your VAT rate and tax rate as well. Now, again, as you can see, this is a very comprehensive solution. So you can turn this in a full accounting system. So if you want double entry, you can enable this, or simplified accounting, enable this one instead. And you can enable any of those features. If you have to pay wages, maybe banks, manage your bank accounts, donations, etc., feel free to select any of those. But for our project here, the only two essential ones we need is invoices and taxes if you are tax registered. Scroll down the page. Now the product management. The only one we need here, technically speaking, is products, unless you manage stocks as well, in which case you might want to enable this one as well. So enable those two. Now again, you can also enable the bill of material if you are in the manufacturing process. Enable this as well. And there's another one you might want to use is the manufacturing resources as well. Now again, depending on how you run your business, feel free to enable any of those. Again, the two essential ones here are only products and stocks. That's all you need. Okay, now scroll down the page. As you can see, by default you have events and agenda. I don't think you need this. This is a calendar, you know, so you don't really need that. But the one you need is the project or leads. So this one is required. And then scroll down the page, and normally this is basically all you need. Unless you are trading in multi-currencies, you might want to enable this as well. And now if you want to break things down in different categories, so this includes your products, your customers, your suppliers, your contact or anything, you might want to enable this one as well. So if you have, for instance, I don't know, timber, maybe raw material or things like this, you might want to break things down in categories and subcategories, in which case make sure that this one is enabled as well. And that's all we need for now. So once we have this in place, as you can see right on top, you have all these different sections, and now we can configure everything top to bottom. Okay, brilliant. So now let's go back to our home page right here. Very good. And this is our main dashboard. So as you can see, I have all the different products in place, commercial proposals, all the purchase orders, the invoices, etc., etc. So I have a quick overview of what's happening in your business straight from here. Okay. So right there, as you can see, you get two different warnings. So we need to take care of this, obviously. And also the first one is you must disable the installation migration tool by adding the install.lock into the directory da-da-dee-da-da-da. And omitting to do this is a grave security risk. So let's take care of this now. Okay, so again, the file name is install.lock, and we should create that file in the public HTML documents folder. So we go back here now. Okay, so we go to files, file management, access our file management here, public HTML. So like we said, the folder should be mrwebconstruction.com, public HTML documents. So we go into documents, and right here, as you can see, there's no files, only folders. We need to create a new file. Click anywhere in the root folder. As you can see, I have a new file here by the side. So click this and enter your new file name. And again, install.lock. So create, and this should be an empty file. So just save it now. That's all. Okay. So you can close this. And now let's go back to Dolly Bar and refresh. So there you go, our warning is gone. So now let's make sure that this file here, conf.php, has the right permissions. So it's in conf.php. So we go back here, public HTML admin, conf. So this is the one, and conf.php. So this is the one here. And if you right click on it, you can change the permissions. And as you can clearly see, we can override this file, which is obviously a serious breach of security. Now click update, and now this should be sorted out. So if you go back again to Dolly Bar and refresh, our warning message should be gone. And there you go. As you can see, it is gone now. So everything is up and running. And now we can start configuring our backend here, our management system, and add our products. And I'm going to show you how to create your invoices, your quotes, and also how to create a contract that they'll sign ultimately towards the end. So we go to our products first. Okay, so let's start adding our products. So new product here. So let's add maybe construction block or something like this. So we need a reference for first, okay? Construction block, maybe like this, okay? And then give it a label. So construction blocks. So these are for sale and for purchases, and then you can put a description. So I don't know what size are construction blocks. I'm not in the construction industry. Maybe 6x2 construction block, okay? Exactly like this, okay? And then we have the warehouse, we have the stock limit and all of that. Now, depending if you are storing them physically yourself, you might want to add a warehouse as well. And then the stock limit and all of that. Now, if you're buying them as you go from your suppliers, you don't fill this out, obviously, you know. So we have the weight, we have the length and everything. So this is in millimeters, centimeters, foot and inches. So we said in inches, maybe 6x2. And again, I have no idea if this is correct. I'm just going to put this like that, okay, just as an example here. And let's say in pound, I don't know pounds, trade in kg. So let's say 1.6 kg per block, okay, or something like this, right? And then we have the volume and all of this. So that's really up to you. You can fill out all these details if need be. So your selling price, how much you're selling this for? I don't know, construction blocks, maybe 450 or something like this. Is it including taxes or excluding taxes? Again, depending if you're selling to B2B or end users, select one or the other, and then select your VAT rate. So let's say 23%, and now we can create our product. Very good. So this is our first product created, and then you have the stock as well, the selling price, etc., etc. Okay. So you can see selling price, we set this to 450 including VAT. Now you can set the buying price as well. So the cost price. So we set at 450. Let's say you buy this at 250. Again, I have no idea what the cost of a construction block is. It could be 250, could be less, could be more. And then you have the stock as well. Again, depending on the type of business you have, if you store this physically yourself in your warehouse, add the stock here. Otherwise, just leave as is, okay? So that's us done with the first product here. So if you go back to your products, as you can see, this is our construction blocks, okay? So we go back to products here on top. As you can see, we have one product added so far, which is construction block, and then do the same with as many products as you have. So I'm just going to add another 2 or 3 products here. Very good. So as an example, I've added an extra 2 products here. So cement bags and also rough sawn timber. Again, this is just an example here. You would have more products than this, but it's just to show you how it works, okay? So now that we have our products in place, we can go to the next step. So let's say someone contacts you and he wants a quote, he wants a proposal related to maybe a house extension or something like this. So how do you do that? Well, now we go to commerce. And from here, you're going to create a new proposal. As you can see, commercial proposal, okay? So click on new proposal. So first you need to enter the customer name and his reference. So obviously we have no customers in the system yet. So we need to create our first customer, obviously. So this is step number 1. So click on the plus sign here. You don't have to leave this section. It will create it automatically for you. And you can go back to your proposal afterwards. So let's pretend that this is John Doe. At the moment, John Doe is a prospect. And as you can see, you have customer code. So this is up to you. They will auto create a code here, but you can change this obviously as you see fit. Maybe something more memorable, maybe John Doe 1 or JD1 or something like this. Okay. So here put the address 123 street name. Okay. The postcode 1234. The city. Let's say maybe he lives in Dublin or something like this. And then you're going to put his phone number. So 01-234-5678. Maybe his mobile number 086-123-4567. And then you might enter his email address. So john.doe@gmail.com. And then you have the taxes as well, VAT and all of that. So everything else obviously is self-explanatory. Simply fill out the details. Okay. So we're going to create our prospect now. Very good. And now we can go back to our proposal and we can enter the customer name. So now this is John Doe. Maybe they gave you a reference number 0123661 or something like this. Okay. So date of the proposal. Well, technically speaking, it should be today, validity duration. So maybe this is valid maybe for the next 20 days. Payment term. How do you want them to pay? Due upon receipt, 30-day month end, and so on and so on. So in this case, maybe 50-50, okay, 50% upfront and 50% at completion. Payment method, bank transfer, cash, check, and so on. So probably bank transfer in this case, So you have the source as well, pretty interesting. So if you want to keep track of this, well, select one of them, obviously, So in this case, might be commercial contract. So the availability delay after the order. So when are you ready to deliver? So maybe after 2 weeks or something like this, once they sign the contract. 2 weeks later, you can start working on their job. You have the delivery date, project, and so on and so on. So once you have this completed, create the draft. So this is step number 1. As you can see, our proposal has been created, and now we need to enter the details, obviously. So this is maybe for a house extension or something like this, or maybe a refurb of a section of the house, maybe add a garage, whatever it is, literally, Now you can add the lines, the content of the quote itself. So as you can see, you have the items here. So select the one that you want to add. So like we said, maybe you need construction blocks for this. The price is $450. How many do you need? Let's say 320 of them. Add And there you go. So now we're for 1,170 euros worth of construction blocks. So let's add something else. Maybe you need cement as well, bags of cement. So how many would you need? Maybe 25 bags all together. I'm going to add this to the quote. And let's say we also need some timber. I'm going to add this. The price here is 12.50. And let's say we need 12 of these. So add to the total. There you go. And again, because we only have 3 products in our database here, that's all I can add. But you would add a lot more than this. You add all the raw material required for this job. So this is the total cost. As you can see, 1,500 plus VAT, 1,847. And then if you scroll down the page, you can validate this quote. So once you have everything in the system and you're happy enough with the price and the quantity and everything, you validate this. Are you sure? Yes. And as you can see, the status is validated, but proposal is open. So that means that now you can submit this to your client. And once he's happy enough, he can sign the contract and send it back to you. So how do you do so? Well, it's very easy. Scroll down the page. As you can see, now you can send him an email. Now, most importantly, as you can see, you have the link for online signature. And this is the link you should copy and insert in the email, obviously. You know? So click on this. So this is what it looks like. Once they receive the link, they can click on it. They can review the document and then they accept the proposal, in which case they will sign it. And that's basically you sorted, legally sorted. Okay, so let's do that together. So first we're going to fetch this link here. Okay, Control C, and we're going to send the email. So click on this button here. So there you go, as you can see. So this is the content and this is where we're going to send it to. So as we said, we're going to send it to John Doe. So right here, you have the email subject, so submission for commercial proposal, You can keep that, that's up to you, you know. I would just put maybe here proposal, okay, just like this, and the proposal, okay, and then maybe house extension, proposal, and then the number. Okay, so the PDF file will be attached automatically, and here you can compose your email. So hello, or maybe you can just type hi John, please find commercial proposal If you agree with the proposal and would like to go ahead, please sign the contract using the link below, and then paste the link we fetched just before. Okay, so that's sincerely, and then maybe your name, then you can send it. Okay, so once you have this in place, send the email. There you go. As you can see, email from hello@mrweb.tv was sent to david.gary@gmail.com. Okay, so let's go to my mailbox, and there it is. So house extension, proposal PR 2503001. And then hi John, and this is the email we said. Okay, so as you can see, there's an attachment. So if I click on this, I can open it, and this is all the breakdown. As you can see, that looks absolutely amazing, guys. Very, very, very professional indeed. So we need bags of cement, 25 bags at 723 excluding tax. So this 180, 150 worth of raw timber, and then we have the construction blocks as well, 320 of them. And then the customer can see that the total is 1,847. So once they're happy enough with this, they can simply click on this link and then accept proposal if they want to go ahead. And as you can see, they need to sign, they need to enter their name. So let's say I'm John Doe, okay? And now they need to sign here using their finger, maybe using a tablet or using the mouse on their computer, okay? So I'm just going to sign here, John Doe, okay? And then sign. There you go. As you can see, the proposal was accepted, and now from your end, you will receive a notification as well. So let's go back to your dashboard. Okay, we go straight to the home page. So let's say you just logged in, you don't know what the situation is or what's going on. And right here, as you can see, you have the commercial proposal. One is ready to bill. So if you open this, as you can see, this one was signed. So this has been confirmed. And normally for you now, it's happy days because you just got a new order and you're ready to get the job done. Okay. So now you can order all these materials from your suppliers or take them out of stock if you have them physically there. Get the job done, and that's basically it. Excellent. So if you go back to commerce here, you'll notice that this one was signed, but the status is still open. So if you go back to your proposals here and click on this one, as you can see, this one needs billing now. So if you scroll down the page, you have a few options here. Create order, create contract, or create invoice. So what's the difference? What the order was created, obviously. The contract or invoice is one of those two we need to select. Now, in our case, it's one service, a once-off service. So we're going to build the extension, and after that, that's basically it. If it's contract, it's for ongoing services, so maybe maintenance or something like this, you know. So in our case here, we are building an extension. So in our case, we're going to create an invoice. And then from here, simply scroll down the page and create the draft. Very good. So this is the invoice created. As you can see, this is the amount unpaid at the minute. So nothing has been paid yet. So we are waiting for the 50-50 payments on 50% upfront. And then after that, you can start the work. So scroll down the page and then validate this, confirm. Very good. As you can see, it's not paid. So now we're waiting for the payment to hit the account. And then once the payment has been received, you can reconcile this. As you can see, already paid. Excellent. So let's say a week goes by and then your customer has paid his 50%. So now you go back to your invoice, open this. As you can see, 8,447. So 50% of that is 923.5. So scroll down the page. You can see you can enter the payment. So click on that and we're going to enter the amount. Okay, so when was it paid? So let's say maybe it was today by bank transfer. If it's a check or anything, you can put the number as well here. So we're going to enter the amount here. Okay, so Control V, 923.5, which is 50% of 1847. So we're going to classify it automatically as standard, as a down payment. So we're going to click pay now. And then are you sure? Yes, I'm going to validate this. And as you can see, we received 50% and the payment has been reconciled and recorded on our invoices. So let's go back to our list. And there you go. Now that the deposit was paid, the status has changed to started. And now you can start building the extension and claim the remaining 50% once it's completed. Okay, so now let's take care of our front end. So back to the WordPress dashboard. From here, we go to pages, all pages, and look at the home page. So let's click on this. Very good. So this is using Gutenberg block editor, which is a built-in page builder within WordPress, which is super fast to load as well. Excellent for performances. So basically here, as you hover on top, as you can see, you have different sections. So if you click on this, as you can see, this is a block. This is called info block. If I click on this, we have a container. So this is the author container. And it's the same principle on anything on the page. So as you can see here, we have 3 info boxes, and then we can customize each section separately. So let's take care of the hero section. So the hero section obviously is the most important section on your website because this is the first thing that your visitors will see, obviously, you know. So right here, as you can see, it says Earth and then endless potential. Again, this is a template that's multi-purpose. It's basically a template for any type of website. So we can type whatever we want here. So again, we are in the construction business, so visitors need to know where we are based, I suppose. You know, are you based in Ireland? Are you based in the UK? Are you based in Europe somewhere or United States? Obviously, they need to know exactly where you're based and also what type of construction services you provide, okay? So let's take care of this. Now, to change the text here, all you have to do is basically double click on it. And as you can see, we'll highlight the text itself. So our domain name is mrwebconstruction.com and we'll have the logo as well, Mr. Web Construction. So there's no need to repeat this, obviously, in the hero section. Type some sort of information that's useful to your visitors. So perhaps something like this, you know, keep it simple and clear. So house renovation. So you're in the construction business, but what type of service do you provide? Well, mainly house renovation. Okay, so they know exactly. And then where are you based? Well, Dublin based since 1989. So they know that you're not new on the market. You've been around since 1989, so they can obviously trust you, and this will add trust and credibility to your website. So right here, we have a button here that says Explore. So clearly we can use this for something else, maybe a request, a quote. So immediately when they get there, they know you're based in Dublin, so you most likely cover the whole Dublin area, maybe surrounding counties as well. You specialize in house renovation, so maybe they want a quote. So maybe instead of Explore, we could have Request a quote. Okay, now this button should be linked to some page, internal page, or maybe a form. Okay, so clearly we don't have that page yet, so we can just leave it as is for now. Okay, so right here in the background, as you can see, you have mountains and all that. So clearly this is not the type of business that we're in. This is not the type of image that represent the type of industry you're in, you know. So all you have to do is click on the main frame here. Now you go to style, and as you can see, this is the image. Okay, so now we can change the image. So click on this, select file, and then select a file. So I found one online here. As you can see, this is a construction rated picture. Okay, and then select. Very good. So as you can see, now I have the image in the background. So as you can see by the side, you can define the position as well. So you could have it maybe more to the left, more to the right. As you can see, more emphasis on this person here, maybe on the crane here in the background. So whichever way you see fit, obviously, you know. Now, obviously, there is no contrast now anymore between the text and the background. But don't worry, we can add a color overlay as well. So for this, we go by the side here. As you can see, I have an overlay type. Select the paintbrush here. We're going to select a color. And right here, select the color you want to add. So you can select among the colors, the theme colors as well. So let's select maybe a dark green like this, okay? And then you can change the opacity as well. So it goes from fully clear, so 0, to fully opaque. So select a happy medium, you know, maybe something around here. So we can still see the image in the background, but yet it's going to add more contrast between the text and the background. Now, clearly that font is too green compared to the background we have. Now we can change this again, you know. So click on the block here, and then we're going to change that in the styling feature. So make sure you select the block here that's called info box, okay? Go to style, and then we have the title. So now we can change the color here, okay? So click on this sign here, and then we're going to select maybe white, okay? So that looks good, perfect. And then we can do the same with the other one here. So this one is called prefix. So click on that, and let's select white again. And if you click all of this, as you can see now, we have perfect contrast, and you can read exactly what's on the hero section. Okay, so click save. Let's have a quick preview. Click on the small computer here, preview in a new tab. And there you go. As you can see, that looks absolutely fine, you know. So that's the hero section done. Now, anyone landing here will have no doubt whatsoever that you provide house renovation and you're based in Dublin. You've been in business for quite some time, and now they can even request a quote if they wanted to, okay? So let's carry on with the rest of our page. So let's go scroll down the page here. So as you can see, you have 3 different sections. Now that's really up to you. You can have 4, 5, 6 sections. You can duplicate this section all together. So as you can see, you can click on the main container. As you can see, this container. If you click on those 3 dots, you can duplicate. And now you're going to have basically 2 rows of 3 columns. Okay, so that's really up to you. Maybe you need more space to explain what your business is all about. If you just need 1 row, that's fine as well, you know, just keep it like this. And here you can emphasize maybe the areas of business that you cover, you know. So let's add 3 different areas. Again, to change the content here, all you have to do is to highlight this, okay? So let's say maybe you provide kitchen and bathroom remodeling. So Control V. Maybe you have home extensions and additions, and perhaps as well energy efficient upgrades. So this could be maybe solar panels or something like this, you know. Home, I'm just going to put home energy efficient upgrades. Okay, very good. So that looks not too bad. And now we can change the image here to make it visually appealing. Some people understand exactly what it is without having to read everything all at one go, you know. So now we go to general. So let's go to the first one here and add the image. So change image. So I found 3 images online. I'm just going to upload them quickly here. So select file. As you can see, 1, 2, and 3 images. So open. Okay, very good. So for the home renovation, I'm going to use this one here. So select. Let's do the same with this one here. So change image. So this one is for the extension. And this one here is going to be the solar panel. So select. There you go. So that looks absolutely amazing, doesn't it? And again, by using images of the same size and same ratio, you'll have a much better professional finish, okay? So let's move on to the next section. So this is about us. So this is pretty self-explanatory. Just put a bit of background story about yourself, how long you've been in business, where you're based, established, maybe how many people are working in the company, and things like this, you know. So again, you want to build trust and authority. And here we have the image as well. So if you have a picture of your premises, that would be very nice, you know. Perhaps if you have multiple vans or vehicle in the company, you might want to show off your assets here, obviously, you know. Again, what we're trying to do here is to build trust and authority. So let's change the image. I found one online here. So let me show you. Upload, select file. This is the one here. So I don't know who this is. Mildew Construction. Again, I found this online. This is completely random. But I picked this one because there's 2 vans facing each other. And again, what we're trying to do here is to build trust and authority. So they'll see the vehicles and also the building behind. So they know that you have a brick and mortar business. You're not scammers, like, you know. So scroll down the page. As you can see, talk to us, and again, get in touch. So you can tweak this around, you know, request a quote maybe here. Okay, request a quote. Yeah. And right here, you can maybe type, we will endeavor to reply to you within 24 hours or as quickly as possible. Please don't hesitate to contact us or something like this, you know. And right here, get in touch. Again, remember on top, we have this button here that says request a quote. So maybe we can use the exact same here underneath. Now, since we have request a quote here, we could keep get in touch or maybe request pricing or something like this. This is really up to you, no? Now, again, we don't have any link, any page created yet. So I'm going to do that in a moment. And after that, we can come back to the home page and link those pages together. So for now, let's take care of the background here. So if you click on the main container, again, you can change the image. So upload file, okay, select file. So right here, you could use two different types of images. As you can see, this is a house being renovated that's in process. I would highly recommend you don't use such a picture. I know it looks good. I know it looks like you know your stuff and all that, but this might look scary to someone who wants a house renovation. What I would do instead is to show the finished product instead. So something like this. This is a lot more appealing, obviously, to your visitors when they land on your website. You can see what you can achieve. The middle step is of no importance to them, you know. So basically just show them the finished product. They're going to say, oh, wow, this is exactly the backyard that I want. Perfect. Let's go ahead with them. Okay. So click open. Let's select. So that looks fantastic. Now we have an issue, obviously. We have no contrast again between the background and our text. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to add an overlay color. Okay, so select the brush here, and we're going to select a color that might suit this. So I'm going to go full white here, okay, again, and then change the opacity to maybe just about here. So again, we can read the text easily, no problem. You know the button is here. Everything is fine, and yet we can see the full background and we can preview the finished product as well. So that's basically it for this page for now, until we've created the request a quote form, and then we can link it back here. So we're going to save this for now. Perfect. Let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. Now at this stage, you can create a new page if you wanted to and create a request a quote page. But we already have the contact page. Now what we can do is use that page. So let's go here and look at contact. And right here, as you can see, we have a form. So maybe instead of get in touch, we can change this to request a quote. We're going to enter name, phone number, email address, and maybe instead of message, we could have a longer field, or maybe you can ask further details, obviously, you know. And right here, the email address, phone number, and the address, the physical address as well. So this is what I would do personally, you know. I don't think there's any need of creating a new page altogether just for this. We can simply use the contact page and change this to request a quote. So let's customize this page now. Again, we'll go back to the WordPress dashboard, all pages, this time contact page. Now within our page, we have a contact form, which is using share form here. So what I would do is to actually open this in a new tab altogether. So we can have the form in one tab. We can see the front end and also our page itself. So it's always better to have multiple tabs opened at the same time, okay? So let's customize our contact page. So now again, as you can see, contact us. So I can change the background image here. So we go to style, change image. I'm just going to fetch the latest one we had here, okay? So select, and you might want to add a bit of color overlay. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to go full white here. I'm going to change the opacity to slightly below that, just like that. And this looks very professional indeed. Now scroll down the page, and as you can see, get in touch. So we're going to change this to request a quote, okay? Request a quote. There you go. And here we have a short code. So let's take care of the page itself and all the details. So here you have your email address. So I'm just going to type hello@mrweb.tv. and change your phone number 01-234-5678, and then you type your address here as well, okay? Now, if you have some social media accounts, you might link them here. As you can see, you have Facebook, you have Twitter. I'm not too sure what this one is, LinkedIn as well. You can customize these very easily. All you have to do is click on it. As you can see, this is a block, and it's called list item. So I'm going to select an icon, and then you can add a link. As you can see, if I do this, you can add the link to your actual platform. Now you can customize these and select any platform that you want. At the minute we have Facebook, we have Twitter as well. Like I said, this one, I'm not too sure what this is. So let's say if you have a YouTube channel, you can easily change this to your YouTube icon, okay? So click on this and type YouTube, or you go to social, and then scroll down the page and look for YouTube at the very bottom. I'm guessing this one here. There you go. Insert icon. And again, you can add the link, open this, put the link to your YouTube account. So youtube.com/your channel. And if you want this to open in a new tab, which I highly recommend you do, use the toggle switch as well. When they are on your website, if they click on this, it will open a new tab, which is much better. You never want them to leave your website unless absolutely necessary, you know. So that's the content of our page sorted out. So now we can save. Very good. And all we have to do now is to change the content of our form. So at the moment, as you can see, it says your name, phone number, email, and message. So let me refresh first. As you can see, it says request a quote, which is perfect. But now we can customize the fields here as you see fit based on your personal requirements. Okay. So again, like I said, this is why we keep 3 different tabs open. We have our page here, and now we can go back to the dashboard. We go to Share Form, and we're going to check our forms. So if you go back to your page, you can see it's using the Share Form ID 1785, which is this one here, as you can see, 1785. So sometimes you might have more than one here. Just to make sure you look at the right one, this is basically the number here. And now we can customize this. So click on this, and here you can customize literally everything top to bottom. So again, if you go back to the home page here very quickly for a second, as you can see, we are in the construction business. We provide 3 different types of services: kitchen and bathroom remodeling, home extensions, and also energy efficient upgrades. So maybe you can add this to our form and ask them which area of business are they interested in, obviously, you know. So in which case you can go by the side here and select any of those. As you can see, you have text, email, text area, checkbox, and so on and so on. Or you can click on the plus sign, and then you have all the different fields that you can insert. So we're going to select maybe a checkbox here. Okay, so they can only select one option or maybe 2 different options. That's really up to you. You can have a drop-down menu as well with different sets of information that you can add, or multiple choice. So in our case, let's go maybe with multiple choice. Maybe they can select different areas. Maybe they need a remodeling and also energy efficient services provided. So let's click on this. And as you can see, we'll add it here at the bottom. Now you can move it up and down. So maybe I'm going to insert this in between the email address and the message. Now, if you click on this, as you can see, you can add different options as well. So by the side, these are all the settings to customize that field. So is that field required? Yes or no? So I suppose it should be this one, you know. And then choice of width, 2 columns, 3 columns, 4 columns, or full width. So in our case, let's go with full width, is probably better. And then we have the options here. So option 1, okay? So let's go maybe with remodeling. So we have kitchen and bathroom remodeling. This is option number 1. Very good. So this is displaying absolutely fine. So I can add another option here. So I'm just going to copy and paste this here. So this one is home extension and addition. So add. Very good. So I have 2 different options now. And the last one was energy efficient upgrade. And we're going to add this as well. Very good. So now we have 3 different options here, and we still keep the message here. Okay, so we save this for now. So let's go back to the front end and refresh. So we go back to the contact page, scroll down, and there you go. As you can see, your name, phone number, email, and then we have 3 different options here. So I can select maybe this one and perhaps this one as well. Maybe you need more than one service, you know, might be interested in different services. Again, you have the multiple choices. You might want to change this, you know, so we go back here and now we can go and change our text, you know, maybe select area of business or something like this. Okay, now let's click save. Let's go back here and refresh. Very good. So at the moment, as you can see, you can select multiple areas. Maybe you want this to be only single select, in which case you can go here. And as you can see, if you enable allow only select, single select, sorry, they will only be able to select one of those 3 options. So that's basically it, guys. Okay, so now the form is taken care of. And now obviously you want to make sure that when they click send, this email will reach us. So if you click out of this, as you can see, you have the form confirmation, email confirmation, compliance settings. So this is for GDPR and integration as well. So now we need to click on any or those 3. Okay, so one by one. So form confirmation. As you can see, this is the thank you message. So once they filled out all the forms, they'll see thank you. And again, you can customize this as you see fit. And we have the email notification. So this is the email you will receive. So now this is where you need to make sure that you enter your email address here. So click on the edit button here. So admin notification email, maybe request a quote from the website. Okay. As you can see, it's going to fetch the admin email. Now, if you want to change this with your actual email address, it's probably better, you know. So I'm just going to put hello@mrweb.tv. Very good. And then scroll down the page and you can see new form submission and then the form title. And it's going to insert all the data. So that means all the fields that you've created. So all them fields here will be inserted in the content of your email. Okay. And then you can CC that to someone else and BCC as well. Maybe you want to send this to maybe your business partner or maybe the accounts department or something like this, just in case if you're on the road or something like this, you can set this up here as well. We have the compliance settings. Again, this is only for Europe. If you're based in Europe, you might want to enable this, obviously, and then never store entry data after form submission. So these might be necessary depending on the type of business that you run. Check this out with your accountant just in case, okay? So once you're done, basically click on this, save, and that's it, guys. So we are done with the request a quote page, which is our contact page. And now we can go back to our home page and link this to request a quote. And same here at the bottom, request a quote. Okay, so let's go back here. And again, back to the WordPress dashboard. We go to pages, all pages, and back to the home page. And now if you click on the button here, request a quote, we can add our link. And then from here, go to call to action. And we're going to add the link. So this is this one here. So let's go back to the front end. Let's click on our contact page. So here you can fetch the full URL. So mrwebconstruction.com/contact, or just what's after the trailing slash, it's fine as well. So let's type here /contact/, and we do the same with the other button here at the bottom. So get in touch. And right here, we go to button this time. Let me see, yeah, general and then button. And then the link is here, okay? So /contact and then save. Very good. So let's put this to the test. Okay. So go back to the home page, request a quote. Perfect. This is our request a quote page. And now we go to home and try the one at the bottom, get in touch, click on this, and there you go. This is bringing us to request a quote. So the only thing left now is to change our logo here on top and also in the footer section. And obviously for the About Us and Services page, that's the exact same principle, guys. Okay. All you have to do is basically go back here and you go to your About page and the services, and you can edit this the exact same way we just did the other two. Okay. Okay. So let's take care of our logo now. So for this, we go to appearance, you go to customize, and right here on top, as you can see, you have the logo next to it, you have a small pencil, click on it. Very good. So this is our logo. So now we can change the logo simply or remove this one. So select logo, upload file, select file. So I have one ready here, Mr. Web. Okay, so open and then select. Now you can crop this if you wanted to. I'm going to skip the cropping for now altogether. There you go. And now you can use the slider here to make it bigger or smaller, maybe just around there or slightly bigger. Don't go too mad, her logos are not meant to be too big either. And then you can have a different logo for Retina devices as well, which should be normally a higher resolution one. In our case, here, as you can see, mine is 3840, which is way too big, but maybe a happy medium 1200 pixels would be absolutely fine. So click publish for now. So let's go back here and refresh just to make sure it took effect. So this is perfect. Let's go back to the home page and this is fine. And now we can do the same in the footer section. So back here, scroll down the page. As you can see, you can click on this button here. And as you can see, this is part of the footer builder. So you cannot change this from this section. Now you have to go exit out of this. Go back to the WordPress dashboard. We go to appearance and then widgets. And this is part of the footer section. And there it is. As you can see, footer builder widget 1, expand, and there it is. So click on it, replace, open media library, select the same file, select, perfect. Now, clear, as you can see, this is way too big. So scroll down the page here. You can have the width and the height as well. So you might make it a little bit smaller. So use those up and down arrows to adjust the size as you want it. So click update. Again, we'll go back to the front end and then refresh and see if it displays properly. And there you go. As you can see, we have the Mr. Web logo now. So everything is in order. And now the website is ready in the front end. Excellent. So now that we have a complete construction management system in place and we have the front end, our website designed fully, we can now move on to the last step, which is equally important. And this is email marketing. And for this, we are going to use Omnisend. And Omnisend is a very, very good solution that will allow you to turn 1 out of 7 visitors that come to your website into a customer, which is absolutely great, obviously, you know. Okay, let me show you how to implement that on your website now. So again, for this, we start from our WordPress dashboard and we need to install a new plugin. So for this, we go to plugins, add new plugin. And again, this solution is called Omnisend. So here type Omnisend, just like this. So there's 2 different plugins available. As you can see, this one for WooCommerce. So this is for an e-commerce website, which is not our case. For us is the second one here, newsletters, email marketing, SMS, and pop-ups by Omnisend. So click install, activate. Now by the side, as you can see, I have an additional tab. Click on this. And now we can connect our Omnisend accounts. Now, obviously, as a new user, you won't have an Omnisend account. All you have to do basically is to click on this. And now we can go to Omnisend. And then from here, go to Omnisend. And now you can create your account. Again, it's completely free to start with. No credit card required, anything like this, you know. So simply create your account. So obviously I already have an account with them. So what I'm going to do is simply log in. Very good. So now logged in into our account. And now we can go back to our WordPress dashboard. And we need to copy and paste an API key. Again, simply click on this button here. Once you are logged in into your Omnisend account, it will bring you to this page. And then scroll down and find the section where it says API. Click on it. And now create an API key. Give it a name. So I'm just going to put here construction site. Okay. And then create API key. Very good. So there it is. So copy. Now let's paste it here and then connect Omnisend. Excellent. As you can see, we are now connected. And now we go to the Omnisend platform and we can start working on our plans. So basically on top, you can see we have dashboard, campaigns, automation, forms, audience, and reports. So what we do first is to create a form. Very good. Okay. And then that form will be placed on your website, either embedded on your page or as a pop-up window. People will subscribe, enter the email address, after which you can create automation. So you can send them a reply, an email, or even some content. And this is going to build up your audience. Once you have a certain audience of a certain size, maybe 250, 500 emails, you can start campaigns. Okay. So let's start with step number 1, a form. So what could you provide on your website that would be of interest to your visitors? So let's say they land on your homepage, they scroll down a little bit, and maybe in the pop-up window, you could provide a free PDF file, a beginner's guide to property conversion. To get the free PDF file, enter your email address or something like this, okay? So let's do that together. So we go to Omnisend and we're going to create a form, okay? So view all types of forms. As you can see by the side, you can go by goal, by theme, by type, form settings. So for us, it's going to be a pop-up window, okay, just pop-up form. And what we want at this moment is actually collect subscribers, okay? And as you can see, we'll narrow down the choices into exactly what matches our criteria here. So as you can see, there's quite a few lovely ones. So feel free to select any of them. So in our case, like we said, we're going to offer a free PDF file. So find something that's maybe related to this, you know, perhaps something like this. That wouldn't be too bad. We could have maybe a picture of the PDF file on one side and maybe request an email on the other side, you know, or something similar. Branded email capture. I like this one, to be honest, you know. So let's go ahead with this one. Why not? Okay, so use template. Very good. So as you can see on one side, you have all the different items that you can use. This is the preview of the form itself. And these are the behavior. So these are all the triggers that you can put in place. As you can see, it's broken down in 3 different steps. So the first one is the form. They enter the name, email address. After this, it goes to the success page. So your treats are in your inbox. And if they already subscribed, this is what they'll see, okay? Now, obviously, we can customize everything. So let's go ahead with this. So first, we have the image here. Maybe in picture of our ebook, you know, so we can replace this. And there it is. As you can see, a lovely preview of our ebook. So we could have this by the side. That's a lot more appealing, obviously, you know. So here's your treat, and then you have a heading and subheading. So let's change this to something else. There you go, perhaps something like this, you know, get our free ebook, a beginner's guide to property conversion. And maybe you can change this, maybe put this in air quotes so they know it's the title. And right here by the side, as you can see, you can customize everything. If you want to center it, maybe you want to put that in bold letters, italic, change the font size, the font altogether. So let's try maybe Montserrat for this one, okay? Just like this, and choose a different font size, maybe a bit bigger. Let's try 18, see what happens. Perfect. And let's try maybe a bold font as well. So I'm going to select this here, going to bold. Very good. So that looks fine, okay? And we could do the same maybe with this one here, get our ebook maybe centered as well. And I think that looks a lot better, doesn't it? I think this is fine, yeah? And then after this, they enter their first name, email address, and get the treat. I think this is fine, And then we can move on to the next one. So this one says your treats are in your inbox. So maybe you can change this around a little bit. Maybe just like that, your free ebook is in your inbox. And then subscribe. You are already subscribed. I think this is fine the way it is. Perfect. So let's go back to our form. Happy enough with this. And now we need to set the trigger, how you want to display it, on which page, your visibility and frequency as well. Okay. So how are we going to show this? Well, first you can select your audience. So as you can see, form subscribers are for people not subscribed yet, which is the case. Scheduling. So do you want to display this on a specific date, maybe start date and end date? If this is all the time, just leave it blank. And then display. So this is the most important one. How do you want to display the form? When they go on a page, so when they visit at least 3 pages, or by spending as much time on a page. But in our case here, since we only have the home page, and the contact page, maybe we're going to select time on page. And if they spend more than 3 seconds, then it will pop up. Okay, that's perfect. We can keep it like this. Now there's also scroll depth and exit intent. So exit intent could be a good one as well. It's when they go here and exit out of your page, So let's select this as well. Very good. So this is for the display trigger. Targeting, as you can see, you can target specific visitors. So is it all visitors? Don't show to existing contacts, show to existing contacts, or target a specific segment. So in our case here, you don't want to show it to existing contacts. So if someone already subscribed, there's no point to annoy them with this. Just don't show it all together, okay? And then we have visibility as well. So do you want to show this on all devices, mobile only or desktop only? So let's assume we're going to show that on all devices. And then the frequency as well. As you can see here, limit form appearance. So don't show again after interacting with the form for at least 1 day, maybe minutes, seconds, or hours. So I'd say maybe a day, So if they go on your website and they exit out of this, they close the pop-up, don't show it again. Don't annoy your visitors, okay? So I would leave it as is. This would be just about perfect. Now, if you want to spend a bit of time fine-tuning this, you can try different images, maybe a different tagline and all of that. You can run an A/B test as well. So you can save 2 different versions of the same form. And then by a certain time, you will know which one performs best. And then you can keep it, okay? So there you go. Now we can save and close, and we're going to go back to our dashboard. So this is the form created, and now we can create an automation. So obviously, once they submit their email address, you want to send them the PDF file, obviously, So this is called automation. So let's click on automation here, and then from here, click on this big button here, preview and start workflow, and then start workflow. Very good, and show my workflows. So here is our workflow, and now we can edit it. So I'll click on those 3 dots, edit. So this is how workflow works. Initially, you have the trigger, and then after that, maybe you want to wait a certain time, and then after this, you have the content of the email that you're going to send, okay? So the trigger here, what are we going to do? Well, when they subscribe to the marketing, so once they enter the email address and the name and click submit, what will happen? Maybe you wait for a minute, maybe an hour, a day. And then after this, you're going to send them an email, obviously, So you can see the subject line here is welcome to, and then the account name. And then thanks for signing up to our newsletter. And then we're super excited to have you now, obviously, customize this as you see fit. You have the sender's name here. So this should be normally Mr. Web Instruction. Okay. And then scroll down the page, and this is a preview of our email. Now, obviously, we are going to customize this, So for this, click on Edit Content. Now, obviously, you don't have to design everything from scratch. There's a few elements here that you can use by the side. You have the header here. As you can see, these are pre-made templates that you can use, hero image, email body, product listing, image gallery, a footer as well, you know, or you can quick add some elements. Maybe you want to add some text, buttons, and so on and so on. Okay. So basically, this is just like a drag and drop page editor. Similar principle here, you know. Okay, so let me design this very quickly here. So perhaps something like this, you know. So your ebook is here. Start your property conversion today. And then thank you for your interest in a beginner's guide to property conversion. Your ebook is ready, and I'm excited for you to dive in. Okay. So download your ebook here, and this is where we're going to insert the link to our ebook. And then da-da-dee-da-da-da, so the full email basically here, okay? So now, how do you attach your actual ebook? Well, for this, you can simply go to our website, and if we go to media, you can add a new media file, select file, and here's the PDF file that I found online, you know, building conversion, da-da-dee-da-da-da. So let's say this is the PDF file that you want to share. So open. Very good, as you can see, that's been uploaded. Now, if you click on it, you can copy the URL immediately to clipboard. So click on this, and now we're going to insert it right there. So Control V. Very good. So this is our link inserted. And now if you want to make sure it displays properly, you can preview and test. Okay, very good. As you can see, this is a link. So if you click on it, it will open up. There you go. So we have access to it. So this is working fine. So we can close this now. And if you're happy enough with the content of your email, you can finish editing. And now we can update this. Excellent. So now we have our workflow in place. So let's go back to the form. As you can see, it was saved as a draft. Now let's edit this again. And now we're going to enable the form. Excellent. As you can see, this is enabled. So we have the automation in place and the form as well. So now we can go back to our website. Let's go back to the top and refresh. And normally after 3 seconds, the pop-up window should show up. There it is. Get your free ebook, a beginner's guide to property conversion. Enter your name and enter your email address. So I'm going to enter my name here, okay? And then my email address. Excellent. And then get the treat. Excellent. So your free ebook is in your inbox. So there you go. I received the email. As you can see, there's the link. If I click on it, it will open up in a new tab. And this is the PDF file. I can read through this. And if I want a quote, I'll simply contact you, and that's basically it. So back to Omnisend. Now, if I refresh the page, you will see that we have one subscription, which is myself, obviously, you know. So once you have a few of them, maybe 100, 200, 250, up to 500 or even more, you can then start running campaigns. So this is the same principle here. You can create an email campaign. So create your email layout and all that, and then fire that to your email list.